Alrighty, we're recording. Woohoo! Yay! Hey! This is a great recap episode of shooting the shit.
Don't call it great.
Yeah, as you can tell by my voice, I'm kind of highly disappointed in the WrestleMania. But hey,
Royal Rumble.
yeah, Royal Rumble, and that's how tired I am as well. But I'm
Yeah, just keep
just,
in mind you have this the same enthusiasm during WrestleMania too, so don't feel bad.
yeah, I'm just kind of over the whole spiel. But anyway, um, I'm your host, the Beige Wonder. Joining me as always, my lovable co-host,
Ruben the third.
and this is our recap show for the Royal Rumble and the crap that's coming in and going forward. So, if you haven't got a chance, please watch our previous episode called Royal Rumble hashtag Royal Rumble 2017. That was our prediction show. Um, is it safe to say that you technically won?
Yeah,
Or
because if you didn't go neutral on one, we
yeah,
would have
okay.
been tied. But
But
because of
technically, does that not count as a tie since I was neutral?
no, it counts as a half, so that means you still would have. Yeah, even though I really thought that the
Mm,
one I thought you did pick, I didn't realize that you picked the wrong person of the same family.
well, hey,
It's all right. Um, let's do a quick throw out real quick. I got this wrong. Naomi, Becky, and Nia or Nikki Bella.
and
Becky
Naomi
and
got
Naomi
the
won it.
pin. She got the pin and the finisher, so that was great. That puts her in contention for that belt, and she needs to win it.
Potential.
She needs to win it.
Second match was the club versus Cesaro and Sheamus.
We both picked the club.
Yeah, and I did say, hey, you should watch this because it's on the pre-show, and this is what happens when you miss it.
Yep.
Third match was the Nia Jax and Sasha. We did say Nia Jax would win, and
Yep.
she did. In a very short match, too. And that makes sense. Starting on the main show, it was Charlotte versus Bayley. You said Bayley, I said Charlotte.
I
I
think I
said it
was
was too
neutral.
soon for Bayley.
I think I said I was neutral on that one.
No, you were right. No, you picked Bayley on that one. There's only one thing you went neutral on.
You sure?
Yes.
We may have to go back and watch
No,
that recap.
I'm 100% sure on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Because this is where we went from 3-3. Because I was wrong on the first match, and then you were wrong on the fourth match. We were wrong on this match altogether. The Owens versus Reigns match.
Yeah.
We did say Reigns because nobody can beat Reigns.
Yeah, we both. Yeah.
Somebody did with the help of Braun Strowman. That was great though.
I'm one of those guys where I'm like this. Whether you like Roman Reigns or not, at the end of the day, he's going to be forced down your throat whether you like it or not. Same thing with John Cena. Whether you like it or not, you gonna you. I mean, you either gonna you're gonna pay your money to hate the man, or you just gonna watch just to hate the person. So it doesn't really make a difference because WWE wins at the end, and Vince McMahon does not care about your fucking feelings.
There has to be one person that you have to hate, and apparently Roman Reigns is going to be the person you hate.
But here's the crazy thing about, and it goes back to that meme that got thrown out there. Just keep in mind, Roman Reigns is a three-time world champ, given all the opportunities of the world compared to Mr. Perfect, compared to Jake the Snake Roberts, Razor Ramon, Ravishing Rick Rude, Owen Hart. All these names, by the way, I'm throwing out there, has never held that title, but was more deserving than Roman Reigns.
Wrong. They were the right people in the wrong era.
Yeah.
So that's why that was what. Um, Neville versus Rich Swann. That's the one you went neutral on.
Yeah, I was feeling some type of way where I was being conflicted on both ends, so I can't really pick that. Plus, I don't watch 205 Live, and okay, we had a technical difficulty on that one. Yeah, the camera angle is kind of weird now, but hey, it works.
But the funniest thing is, who says that a watch box that doesn't have a watch in it has no use for it anymore?
Good point. Good point. Good point. Touche there, sir. Touche.
Um, We were at the. Well, we just finished off the Neville thing. You were kind of neutral on it.
Yeah.
You couldn't figure that one out. Cena versus AJ Styles because we fucked up the opposite of what we did with Steen versus Reigns. Because we wanted AJ to win that one.
I wasn't gonna root for Cena regardless of whether I knew he was going to win or not. It's just one of those things where once again I feel like it was a complete letdown. That man is not a 16-time world champion. WWE has a real issue, and I take a real personal offense to them. Because you cannot tell me that you have a belt that went from a originally a undisputed title, then it became the WWE Championship, then you merge the titles together for the second time to form the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, to only go back to calling it the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
Why? And we're going to sit here and say John Cena is a 16-time world champion, or is he a 16-time champion?
16-time champion.
Because it makes no sense to me. Because Ric Flair is a 16-time world champion. He's held the NWA World Heavyweight title. He's held the WCW World Heavyweight title. He held the WWF World Heavyweight title. I don't understand why WWE is trying to really push the John Cena cause. It's like, okay, are y'all done sucking John Cena's dick so he can leave? Like, seriously, like, dude, leave. Is I don't want to see him. And the only thing that really keeps him relevant is his charity work. And I want to make sure I say this clearly. I don't care for John Cena the entertainer. John Cena the man I have high admiration and respect for. But John Cena the entertainer, I don't care for. I don't like him. Even if he was to go heel, yeah, it's long overdue, but at the same time, I don't care. I would still hate him. Because he's not all that interesting to me. So, yeah, but what's your thoughts on it before I go on a long ass John Cena rant?
Eh. I've got nothing to say for
Nothing at all.
that. Yeah.
Nothing at all.
It,
So here's the question that I have to ask now, and I'm gonna make sure we get back on track to this. So John Cena not only is a 16-time world champion,
16-time champion.
16-time champion, whatever the hell WWE advertises him as,
It's world, but we're just
they're gonna make up whatever they want to make up for him anyway. Um, he's missing one title from becoming Grand Slam. Well, technically, he's not even Triple Crown.
No.
Because he still hasn't won one title.
Yeah. But, oh, wait a minute. Jericho did his, so never mind. Jericho finally got the title that he didn't have.
But they changed that. They changed the whole format
No.
for
I know
Grand
that.
Slam
but
and everything.
Jericho was missing the one title he just got.
Yeah.
His entire career. Like, he's held every other title in WWE's ever offered, except the Cruiserweight, because he's not that weight. But he finally got the one thing right before his exit.
Yeah.
So, yes, big match, John. The face that runs a place. Or is it the face that runs a camp? I forgot what it is. But, yeah, John Cena's still missing that one title.
Yeah. And I hope he never gets it. I hope he never gets it, because I just don't care for the guy. I just don't care for the entertainer that he is on TV. I don't like him. Don't care for him. I don't even know why he's. I just don't. But anyway,
Garbage.
yeah. Moving on. Moving on.
All right, so it's the Rumble. Randall Keith Orton won it.
No Samoa Joe. I have a big fucking bone to pick with this, because this it hurts. It not only does it hurts, but it's like I can see him entering the Royal Rumble. But at the same time, you're gonna sit here, Vince McMahon, man. I'm almost positive that Vince McMahon literally told Joe, "No, it's not your time yet. I'm gonna save you for something else. Perfect opportunity, but you're gonna give the last spot to Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Why? Because he's the face that Vince wants to be plastered, and whether people like it or not, that's Vince's guy. The reason why Roman Reigns says he's the guy is because he's Vince's guy. That's Vince McMahon's pick. I want Roman Reigns. I don't care what fans think. Guess what? Fans are stupid. And I can't get mad at them because fans are stupid. Fans will believe whatever the hell they want. CM Punk said it best. You guys are fickle. Hate me one week, love me the next week. Make up your mind. You like me, you hate me. Well, guess what? I don't care.
Actually, I have a problem with this Rumble thing though. After looking at the affiliations of what brands they're actually belong to,
Mm-hmm.
um, you had one NXT guy.
Yeah.
It's Ty Dillinger at number 10.
Well, that was a fan given moment right there. That was WWE saying, "Hey fans, we're giving you service right now."
Yeah. Undertaker is unaffiliated with any brand.
Well, he's out of everybody, he's the last one standing, and he was more SmackDown, but because this is his farewell tour, he's technically, yeah, he can go wherever he wants.
So those two I don't have a problem with. But okay, that's two out of the two brands
Mm-hmm.
that are not affiliated with either brand. Um, that's 28 wrestlers you still have left. 11 came from SmackDown.
And well, where were the rest?
Raw. Here's the problem I have. Kalisto, James
Wait,
Ellsworth,
two-way spots.
Apollo Crews, all were not mentioned before the Rumble.
Worth it, but because they're not doing anything with him,
It's a waste of spot.
I really feel like they treated him like Ahmed Johnson.
At least Ahmed Johnson had something going with him. This kid has nothing.
Because they don't know what to do with him, and that's why I really feel like he's going to get lost in the shuffle.
He's already been lost in the shuffle.
I know, but still, I'm talking about further to the point where they're going to send him back to NXT or just get rid of him.
They should have left him at NXT. It was too soon for him to get moved up. So stupid. Yeah, so we have 11 SmackDown people, and 3 of them were not originally announced. So that means you had 8 declared. It was like, I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble. That's not a good sign for SmackDown at all. Even though a SmackDown person did win, but it doesn't look like it's a good sign. At all.
Because of the amount of people that they had?
Yeah, the lack of.
Well, SmackDown is a lower show, but here's the one thing about SmackDown that I can actually say. Their ratings are better than Raw's. And Raw has a 3-hour time slot with no story, but got all the talent on their show.
Yeah.
You want to pull, and Vince wants to pull more talent from from SmackDown to go to Raw. Mainly AJ Styles, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. Because I don't know why you want AJ on Raw when he's doing perfectly fine on SmackDown. And I think SmackDown, for being the B show, is technically the better show. And it still is. I don't really watch it compared to how I used to watch it back then. But I even remember when Paul Heyman was in charge of SmackDown, when he had his Magnificent, or I'm sorry, not the Magnificent Seven, the SmackDown 7.
6.
No, it was 7.
SmackDown 6.
I thought it was 7.
It was 6.
Edge, Guerrero,
Benoit,
Kurt, Mysterio. That's 5.
Wait, let me look this up. Just go with something
Brock.
else for a second.
I want to say, Brock. So that's 6. I think the only other person, and because Jericho and Edge talked about this.
Oh no, here it is. It's Guerrero,
Uh-huh.
Angle,
Uh-huh.
Edge,
Uh-huh.
Benoit,
Uh-huh.
Mysterio,
Uh-huh.
Chavo.
That was the SmackDown 6.
That was a SmackDown 6.
I thought it was 7.
Nope. SmackDown 6 right there.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize Chavo was at all.
But I remember Jericho saying that he wanted to be part of that.
But yeah, that's the SmackDown 6.
Hell, Jericho would have got a bigger push if he was on, because he wasn't doing anything on Raw.
Yeah.
During that time, and they was actually doing good stuff on freaking SmackDown, just with those guys. Just with them.
They took Edge and moved him over to Raw, and that's broke the SmackDown 6 up.
Which was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Why? Because Vince McMahon is his company. He can do whatever he wants.
Exactly.
Which is sad. It's a sad thing. It's like, no, give me my ball. We're playing with it. No, give me my ball. It's mine.
Anything take away from this actual match?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. The biggest takeaway I can take from this is that it was a waste of time. This was probably one of the few crappiest Royal Rumbles. Last year's was great because the surprise appearance of AJ Styles, it was awesome, and it was highly rumored, but nobody really believed that he was going to show up, because I was befuddled when he came out. Even though I got up out my seat and like roared as hard as I could because it was awesome. This year, it was so generic and phoned in. It's not even funny. And we have a pay per view that's coming up for WrestleMania. That's probably going to be the crappiest one. Probably one of the. It goes up there with the two Arizona, the ones that they did in Arizona. I know the one in the one WrestleMania that was in Arizona. I know that was crappy. That was like either 26 and 27. I want to say they were. Because I remember 25. So yeah, 26, 27.
The ones prior to The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, those are like the crappiest WrestleManias I ever saw. I went to sleep on one of them.
I remember I did go to sleep on one match, and that was the one where Stone Cold beat the shit out of Rock with the fucking chair, and then he lined himself with the McMahon. I fell asleep on that match.
You did?
Yeah, I was just really tired that night, and everything wore me out right up to the end, and I was like fucking out. Like I woke up just seeing him like well on his ass with the fucking chair. At least that was a good part about it. Take away from me. Didn't like how it ended.
Hell, you was pissed when you saw Roman Reigns come out.
Yeah, everybody was pissed. You want to deflate something? Don't bring out Rey Mysterio Jr. or Roman Reigns, because clearly they're gonna piss him off because there's no Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
This one morally pisses off because of the fact Samoa Joe was like nowhere in sight.
And it would have been perfect timing for him.
The only other perfect timing is John Cena's talking SmackDown this Tuesday. Samoa just comes out and fucking whips his ass. Because if they wait any later, it's not going to make any sense. They need to build him up now, not later.
Unless he gets built up after WrestleMania.
Well, they want to put him in a big, tight match for WrestleMania. That's been the rumor. Yeah, I think most of the matches are going to be good, or at least on paper.
Spot. Yeah, but Randy Orton has that spot, so...
Well, I don't think it's going to be John Cena versus Samoa Joe, if that's where they're going to go with. For the title, it's just going to be, those two fighting each other. Unless if Randy Orton does put himself into the Elimination Chamber match saying, hey, this is my WrestleMania spot. Like Cena did that one year.
I don't know. Either way, I'm tired of seeing John Cena fight Randy Orton just as much as I was tired of seeing John Cena fight Edge. I'm tired of seeing guys get buried because they're not friends with benefits, just like John Cena is friends with benefits. Randy Orton is friends with benefits.
Though he's had multiple fractions on his character throughout his career.
I mean, but friends with benefits, though. It's like AJ Styles. Why couldn't he win and get a bigger crowd reaction, like a longer crowd. Hell, when John Cena won, it was more people kind of cheering for him a little bit. I didn't hear anybody really boo.
No. Yeah, it just happens like that. I don't know why.
Like when he comes out, it's one thing, but when he won the
He
damn
wins, it's a
match,
different thing, yeah. It's
it's
weird.
like seriously, y'all.
Hypocritical pieces of shit.
I can't. I can't. I just can't, man. I was hurt. Well, one, I'm not hurt. I will say that watching WWE is one of those things where you just have to be not expecting the best, and you just look for the disappointed, and you just gotta laugh at it because it's fucking hysterical. It's like the only fan service that they gave was the Ty Dillinger coming out at 10. That was it.
Yeah.
That was all the fan service that they got. After that, they was like, we're gonna do whatever we want. And what's the main reason why? Because people will keep watching. Nobody will turn themselves off. Nobody will tune in to something else. But then again, New Japan's picking up. Um, Possibly doing some American programming soon. Hopefully, TNA is dead in the water, but somehow they're still staying afloat thanks to Broken Matt Hardy. Ring of Honor is still the top promotion for young talent. Um, Pro Wrestling Gorilla, whenever they get a chance to get up. Lucha Underground is not on anybody's radar, but it's a decent promotion for the time being until El Rey Network either folds or they just don't see any money coming in from it.
Um, they Lucha Underground is probably gonna get hurt because they lost two of their wrestlers because of Conan.
Well, here's the one thing I don't. Well, the one thing I don't understand about Lucha Underground and AAA or CMLL is that they're all Mexican based. One's in Southern California, the other one's two of the other promotions is straight from Mexico. I don't understand like why a relationship isn't built amongst those. Like I don't understand that. Why? That's kind of
Hmm.
that's kind of stupid. That's like how Japan, you have All Japan Pro Wrestling Noah, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and y'all don't have some type of unity amongst each other.
Well, New Japan and not Noah, but the other one.
All Japan.
Yeah, they were partnered, and then there was a situation, and that broke up the thing.
Here's my whole thing about the New Japan and All Japan. It kind of sounds like the NFL with the AFC and the NFC. You had the American Football League and you had the National Football League. Okay, so who you took the AFL, dismantled their league, and made them a conference. Same thing with the Well, the National Football League was the one who benefited because they kept the logo of NFL, and now there's the NFC conference. So I don't understand why New Japan and All Japan can do the same thing. I don't know why they can't, but eh, to each his own, man. To each his own.
Pretty much. I mean, there's a lot of things that just don't mesh together.
So with what we've seen tonight, because both of us are kind of like disappointed and saddened by tonight's or last night's festivities. The takeaway from this going into WrestleMania, are you hopeful or are you just like, I don't care?
Well, if the rumors go the way that they are going, the card looks pretty good. I don't need a squash match with Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. It needs to be a straight up brawl, 10 minutes, and then I'll be good.
I see triple threat happening: Goldberg, Taker, Lesnar.
I feel like the Taker thing is going to be a Roman Reigns problem.
Nope. I think that's going to be a triple threat. I think the Goldberg thing only simply because that, well, one, And here's going to be a conflicting argument. Does Vince really want to put his new face with his vet, with his probably his biggest investment? Like that's the original homegrown talent, which is the Undertaker.
The biggest dog in the yard gets beaten by the big dog.
But the question is, who does Vince want to go over?
The big dog beating the biggest dog in the yard. So the big
We're
dog,
talking
Roman
about
Reigns.
Vince. We're talking about Vince McMahon here.
Yeah, Roman Reigns goes over because Undertaker's like, yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, because
At least Taker can really acknowledge and say, "Look, I did everything I wanted to do. I'm just going with it. So look, if I gotta help promote you, dude, I'm good with that."
yeah, I was in a garbage movie and it was called Suburban Commando.
And my voice was a child.
Yeah,
It was funny as hell. My dad, that's all my dad kept talking about. He's like, him and me, Mark Calloway, and this other guy, they was known as the Skyscrapers. And I'm like, Dad, nobody cares. Can I watch the movie? I'm like a kid. I'm like, I really just want to watch the movie. He's like, that was on the Skyscrapers. That's me, Mark Calloway. I'm like, all right, Pop, I get it. Thanks. That's when Saturday Night Wrestling was awesome. Used to love that. TBS. That could have been a great. I don't know why they never promoted the TV title like they should have on that belt. On that, it was only two belts that ever got aired on that. That was the United States title and the TV title. And I think they did one with the tag team titles like for one night, but it didn't last long.
no, I thought the TV title was heavily represented on those Saturday night ones because I know Dustin Rhodes, he had a stint with Bunkhouse Buck. Bunkhouse Buck kept winning or kept keeping the title because of the time limit kept drawing out.
I'll tell you what, when they put up more WCW stuff other than Monday Nitro,
Yeah, that's not gonna fucking happen.
yeah, but see that's the only problem that I have. It's like you can't have the WCW brand
This
and the only
Saturday
thing
night,
you own and the only thing you're airing is just the Nitros. You got Thunder, you got Saturday Night Wrestling. Hell, I even remember USA doing the Sunday morning wrestling stuff. Like it was like
house show type related type
yeah,
crap.
it
Yeah.
was like the
But the only
recap.
problem is it was always like
What
a
was
big
it?
name.
Great American Wrestling.
Yeah, it was like uh, big name guy taking out a jobber. I mean, it was.
Yeah, but it was
I don't
good
need to
though.
see that.
But it was good though.
No, the Saturday night thing on TBS that always came after fishing because you always catch the last 5 minutes of fishing. It's
Yep.
like, man, I wish this would end because I want to watch wrestling because it's at 6:05, motherfuckers.
Yep. 6:05.
Then you
Eastern.
watch that and you're like, cool. What do you eat on Saturdays? Fucking hot dogs with goddamn chili. That was in my house.
I used to eat freaking pizza, McDonald's. What was the other thing we had? Burger. No. Pizza, McDonald's. Oh, fried chicken. Used to love fried chicken on Saturdays. Awesome.
Hot dogs and chilies, pizza on the occasion.
Used to be awesome that day. What?
6:05 TBS.
And they had a morning. Did WCW have a morning show? No, they had the Saturday Night Wrestling. They didn't have a morning show.
No, you remember what WCW used to have though on TBS? Long ass marathons at fucking night. Hits at 10 or 11 o'clock, and you're up until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, you remember when what was it? Channel 2? Yeah, Channel 2 used to had like three different midnight showings of wrestling. Cause that's how I used to catch ECW. It was like USWA used to come on, ECW would come on. It happened like right around 1 or 2 o'clock.
No, I always called ECW on PAX TV before it became a religious station. And that was
Yeah.
on Saturday or Sunday afternoons.
Yep. I remember it before it became a religious station too, because it used to air all the old